Hey, it's Kirsten. So a friend of mine just sent this image in. I blurred it out. I know it looks really creepy, but I didn't have permission from the client to use his face, so I blurred out the important stuff, like the top of his head for some reason. Anyway, we're going to just focus on the acne. So the first thing I do is go to the spot healing tool, and I just, whoop, that didn't even look good. Use the bracket key to get teeny tiny if I have to. That actually looks like a birthmark, so we'll leave that freckle. That looks like a freckle. And I just do little clicks and do the minimum. I do the absolute minimum I have to. Acne is the one thing for teenagers that I do not charge for, because it just breaks my heart if for some reason they couldn't afford it. It would look like this in the yearbook, and that just makes me sad. So I charge extra for body modification, like love handles and stuff like that, but I do not charge extra for acne. Okay, so don't worry about the red. We're just really looking for like the center part of the pimple per se. I know some people use the patch tool, which I'll show you real quick. And actually, you know what? I should have been doing all of this on a duplicate layer. Oops. Rookie mistake. So I don't like this as much, but you can, with the patch tool, circle what you need to and then drag it to a similar hue. To me, I think the Band-Aid just works just as quicker, I should say. I'm already bored of doing that, so I'm going to go back to the spot healing. Now these ones down here are pretty easy. It's just time consuming, you know. I think the senior I had with bad acne got like my biggest package. So, of course. So I need to deal with this line right here. Okay, so sometimes I try not to, so I'm actually going to just real quick, actually, you know what, I'm going to leave that and show you. Okay, so I try not to do too many actions because you might not have, what actions I do, but ProRetouch 2.0 by Totally Rad, I'm just going to try their magic eraser. I'm going to go ahead and just flatten this so far. Okay, the magic eraser. Now, someone I just did a tutorial for on the baby acne, I used this and they said, I don't want to spend more money on more actions, right? First of all, you can Google a 20% off coupon on this, on Totally Rad. However, if you pay yourself to edit, let's just say you pay yourself minimum wage to edit. To edit this kid's acne in a full session, let's just say there's 20 images. It takes about 10 minutes per image. You're talking about a couple hours. So if you pay yourself minimum wage, that's the $50 right there. So by buying this, look at what it's doing to the acne. I'm just going to erase this freckle just so I can show you. What this does. And like I said, you don't want to do you don't want to go too overboard. You don't want him have it, look, I don't know, too perfect, because nobody's skin is too perfect. So I'm just going to click. So I think the action is like, let's just say $75, and then there's a coupon that she just used. I just Googled totally rad coupon and it came up in like 1 second, and there's a ton of them. So you think you can get it for like, let's just say $59. All right, see this line right here that I actually made from the Band-Aid? Okay. I'm going to click on before and after. So this is after, obviously. Before, after. And it literally took minutes. And if you realize, oh gosh, I took that, you know, freckle out, you can hit X because it's just a mask, right? And you can just paint the freckle back in because they're like, oh, that was a boo-boo, haha. I don't know if I can get the upper lip here because I blurred it, but click on X again to make the brush white. But yeah, that looks perfect. Now, don't go on any creases like this. Well, actually, that didn't look terrible. But usually, I stay away from creases because you want the shadow to be there. Okay, so that is an awesome action. Totally rad by ProRetouch. I'm going to just go ahead and flatten this. Okay, there's also in the same thing, in the same action set, there's red remover. So I'm just going to try red remover 1. I don't know the difference because I use a different action for this, but I'm going to go ahead, get a white brush because it's a black mask, and I'm going to kind of like look at, actually I'm going to lower the opacity of the brush to like, let's just do like 50. I'm just going to do a little kind of click a little bit in through here. Because with acne brings, you know, redness. Okay, I'm going to just see. Yeah, see before, after. Then if it looks still like a little much, you can lower the opacity over here too. There we go. That looks fantastic. Now these, so backlit ears, I use a completely other. I'm going to collapse that. So Michelle designer set, I actually sell this for Michelle on my website, thephotographerscollaborative.com. I sell things for different people, like Shelly's curtain overlays and stuff like that. So she has an action called fluorescent fingers. Usually it's for baby's fingers, but for ears, it should be called backlit ears, if you want my opinion. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and run this action. And her actions are super cheap too, so check it out. But watch this. I don't know why my backspace isn't working. I mean, my bracket is not working to make the... Oh, I'm like, why isn't it working? It's at low opacity. Okay, I put it at 100% opacity. Okay, let me do before, after. Okay, I would leave it like that. If you want to just, sometimes I just play a little bit with the opacity, bring it down to like 80 or 90, but I think that looks fantastic. So honestly, I would leave it like this because you don't want him to look like a mannequin. You want him to look like a teenage boy, and this to me looks like a teenage boy. So this looks awesome to me. So I would go ahead and flatten it and then save it. So I hope this helps. Good luck.